Hi guys, good morning. I hope all of you are doing very well today. First of all, I would like to thank all the new joiners, all the new subscribers that have come on my channel, and I'm really very thankful to you guys for showing your interest towards the content that I post. I have taken a note of all the feedbacks that you guys have given me with respect to the recordings that I have been making. I will acknowledge that all of these will be considered in my upcoming videos. So just hang around and more and more content is upcoming in the coming days. Okay. So let's get started with respect to today's session. Today's session is going to be a quick one. I'm just going to show you a very simple and a very useful hack, I would say, with respect to activities. Okay. So the use case that I'm going to build today is it's something like, how would you open an operator ID record if you just know the PY user identifier property? Okay. So this is the use case that we are going to do today. So there are multiple ways of doing this. I'm going to show you one of the way. Okay. So let's get started. Let me go to the Dev Studio. Okay, so I have this application training that I have created for the purpose of this demo. And let's take an operator ID as well. So let's go to the Records Explorer. Let's expand organization. Under organization, we have operator ID. So for the purpose of this demo, we will try to use this particular operator ID. So there is an operator ID student1 at the rate PS. PS is my organization name. So what we would try to do is, with the help of activity, we would try to do a obj open by handle, and we would try to open this operator ID record by just passing the user identifier, which is the student1 at the rate PS. So before doing that, let's open the XML, and I want to show you something actually. So if you need to see the XML, you need to go to action, click on view XML. Okay, here the property that I am saying is PY user identifier. So we will pass this as a input basically. PY user identifier. Okay, here it is. So if you see, PY user identifier is student1 at the rate PS. So this is also the operator ID name that we give, right, while creating the operator ID. So we'll be using this in order to form the PZ key dynamically, and then we would do a obj open by handle. So now let's see the structure of PZ key. So if you see here, right, so how is the PZ key formed for this particular scenario? So the class, basically data admin operator dash ID is the class, and then followed by your PY user identifier. So this is exactly what I'm going to do dynamically in the activity before performing a obj open by handle. Okay, so let me just note this down. So this is our PZ key that we are going to form. See, in the scenarios where you already have the PZ key available, you need not go this route. But the scenario that we are talking is specifically when you just know what is the operator ID. Okay, and then you have to do a obj open by handle, maybe to update something. So that is the second part of it, which I'm not going to touch into. Okay, so I hope the requirement is clear. Let's get started. So let me try to create an activity. Okay, let's create it. Let's name it something like obj method demo. Okay, just keep it like this, and the application is correct. I don't have any case type yet, so I would do it in the base class for now. Okay, and the rule set is correct. So let's create an open. Okay, so first things first, I already told the input would be a PY user identifier. So let's capture that first. Let's say param dot user ID. Here, I would just hard code it. You can also keep it in the form of a param. So if you want to write a utility, which you can use it on, different operator ID. So it's always better to make it parameterized. So that will save a lot of your time, and you can make it reusable also. Okay. So, but for now, let me just, hard code the user ID into one parameter called user ID. Okay, so this is done. Next thing what I told is we need to form PZ key, right? So we need to form this. So how do we do that? For that, let's try to do param dot key. This is a string, so let me try to do a string here, and then let's try to add. And what do we want to add? So we want to add this. Okay. So my intention here is I am forming the INS key dynamically on the fly by using the user identifier and then the class basically, because ultimately this is the structure of our the key, right, for this particular class. So if we have to test it, right, so this is the expression builder. So whenever we are dealing with expressions in Pega, right, if you want to see before actually running your code, if you want to see that whatever we are trying to achieve, that is how your expression is working. So it is always a good idea to use the expression builder. So in this case, let me try to pass the user identifier that we have, and let's see if this expression is correct or not. Okay, so if you see here, right, there is a space that we have to give, right? So data admin operator ID, and then there should be a space. So let's do that also. Okay, so if you see now, so now we have data admin operator ID plus one space and then our user identifier. So now if you see, right, this is the correct PZINS key, and let's submit it. And by this, let me save it actually. So by this time, we already have the handle, the INS handle. So this is definitely something needed, something that is needed if you need to go with obj open by handle, right? So let's use obj open by handle. Let's pass the handle, instance handle, which is nothing but our key that we have just formed. Okay, now another thing is you would want to open this particular operator on a page, right? So let's define it. So let's have operator page, and if you have to use it here, let's go and define it over here. So what would be the class? It would be the same data admin operator operator ID class, right? Let's do that. Okay, so by this time, what would happen? The INS key would form. Then we would use the obj open by handle method, and we would try to open the operator record on a page called operator. Okay. After this, if you want, you can do some updates. You can, update some of the attributes on the operator record. You can save, commit, and flush the page. So that would be the complete steps. Okay. But I just wanted to show you this. So now let's try to run this, trace this, and see if our operator ID is actually opening or not. Okay. So I would run this standalone. Let me on the tracer. Let's see the settings. Okay. So activities are enabled. Okay. Let's also see the stream rules. Let's enable all rule set. Let's change the line. Okay. That's pretty much. Now let's run it and see if our code is working or not. Okay, the operation returned successful status. Now let's go to the tracer. So here, first let's see what is the parameter that is getting passed. Okay, so how do you see the parameter in tracer? So you go to the unnamed page. If you see the INS key parameter is getting passed here like this. User ID is something that we hard coded, so that is also getting passed. So both the parameters are correct. Now the obj open by handle method, if you see right here, it is step begin. That means it just started. So we usually go to the end of the step and we see if the step has executed successfully or not. So if you see here is the operator page, let's click on it and let's try to see what data it has. Py user identifier. If you see right, this is the student1 @PS. So this is the operator that we were trying to open. If you see the px obj class is also correct. If you see the PZINS key would also be correct. So this is how. So basically now you have the complete operator opened on this operator page. Whatever updates you would like to do, you can do that. If you want to read some of the fields from this and further process in your code, that also can be done. But just to keep it short, this is how we can do a obj open by handle and open an operator if you just know the py user identifier of it. Okay. I hope this was a real quick and a useful hack. I saw this somewhere in one of my, assignments, and I thought to share with you guys because these are small use cases that all of us, end up doing at some point of time in our career, right? So I hope this was helpful. Please stay tuned to my channel. More content is coming up, and just hang on and enjoy the content that I share with you guys. Thank you so much for listening in. Have a really great day ahead. Bye.